After we have moved into this, with tons of unresolved issues and undone work, and way past our agreed timeline, my ID arranged for the kitchen tabletop to be installed. After months of nightmare, we thought this could very well have a fairy tale ending. Fairy tale ending.
Hello， 这边是
对，
我昨天你们有来我家做 installation 的，我住在这里。
哪一间地址啊？对，OK， 老板有。
有哈，可以问一下这个你们我只是想了解你们用的这个石头是是叫什么名字的哈？
你的是白的。
白色，可是是什么来的
111。
可以了，好。
OK， 好的。
好，谢谢你啊。
好，拜拜。
Okay, what just happened was me calling out directly to the supplier to independently verify on the type of tabletop that was installed the prior day. This is because we have lost complete trust in our ID to even come clean on anything because we have been taken advantage of since day one and continue to be misled until today. This is not the tabletop that we have ordered. And all this and more. Okay, simply put, we have ordered the 3 series of quartz for our tabletop, but our ID behind our back gave us a 1 series. The 3 series cost more, and by installing this, my ID hoped to get away with it by giving us a cheaper material. Having threatened us before, he believed that his threat would stop us from raising further issues with him. He is not wrong. We became extra careful on how we bring up matters to him since that day. So we called our ID not to bring up any issues yet, but simply hope to corroborate on what we have known so far. That is, to confirm that a wrong tabletop has been installed.
问你哦，这个 tabletop 是我们选的哦。
对呀。
311的这个。
什么问题？tabletop。
等下我打给你，拜拜。
And we ended this call abruptly. This call has failed to corroborate with what we have known so far. So of course, with just one call, we are not drawing any conclusion yet. And without missing a heartbeat, my ID asked for the payment for the tabletop. And after 5 days, we tried to resume our effort to corroborate with what we have known so far. So we sent him this photo of the tabletop and questioned him on the material installed for all our tabletop.
这个就是你们 request 311吧，我只是直接跟 coach 讲那个311。
Right at this moment, we knew our ID is lying. We have verified independently with the supplier, with them vouching to their internal documents that our ID has placed an order for the 1 series of quartz instead of the 3 series. And now you can understand why I have gone the distance to find out the supplier of the tabletop and verify directly with them instead. Because our ID would lie right through his teeth.
是不是因为那个 sample 是小 portion， 所以你看 actual 的时候是不同，不可以这样比的嘛？因为 sample 它是 cut by portion 的。
He is right to a certain extent for items with complex design, so he used that to mislead us into thinking that comparing our tabletop to a sample is wrong.
因为你们不是第一个 customer 来装311这种的时候跟我讲不想，因为它是 cut by small portion， 所以我们大片的时候是不同的。Maybe this is not what you guys expected lah, the current running patterns.
And right at this moment, we knew we are not the only one who have doubts over his work. He so deceptively used that to build his case to deceive us into thinking that we are wrong to doubt the material he has supplied. In other words, we have been gaslighted. So like any vulnerable victims who are on their wits' end, I turned to Google for answers, hoping to give him a second chance to come clean. Technically, this is the second time he has lied to the same question, so hoping to give him the third chance to come clean, all I got from Google is a yes. So a yes is a yes. So to give my ID a third chance to come clean, we waited another 5 hours. 5 hours to allow some common sense to set in and question him the third time, placing all samples together with the tabletop.
I mean 这个 course 311是你选的吗 ？But end up expected not to be the one you're expecting， 这个不会怪我嘛 ？But if 你需要我可以帮你 feedback 啦。
He has taken gaslighting to the next level, and we asked him one last time, hoping that he could come clean and recognize a wrong has been committed, so that we can all move on mutually to resolve this issue.
这个是我based on你的 order 311我 order 的。
same question, asked 4 different times, and we got the same answer. My ID made no effort to come clean. He knew that him being the role of an ID is essentially an agent between homeowners and subcontractors. He knew that homeowners are not in the position to know who are the supplier he is working with, and knew we are in the position of having little information. So he took advantage of that. And like anyone who is caught in a lie, my ID stopped replying and disappeared for 2 months.
I felt cheated since day one of renovation. This feeling has been crystallized into a case of hardcore cheating. I am being blatantly cheated despite giving in time and time again throughout this renovation. I spent the next few days seeking advices from other contractors on the possibility of removing the tabletop. And in the meantime, my ID has disappeared into thin air. He ignored us for 8 weeks, some call it 2 months, and then springing back to life pretending that nothing has ever happened, putting me through 4 months of absolute shit show and pretending that nothing has ever happened between us. This time, he has mounted an allegation against the supplier as the one responsible for cheating, which I will be covering in later episodes. The supplier is an independent party who doesn't know what I have ordered. All orders and requirements are communicated directly with our ID. There is no case against the supplier. My ID has come back 2 months later to bring his lie to the next level. He has come back after 2 months after ignoring all the problems that I have raised, and knowing that any reasonable homeowners would have rectified major defects on their own accord after moving in for 2 months. Now coming back to ask for photos of defects after ignoring all the past photos I have sent him, hoping against hope that I might not document down anything so that he can continue to make false claim on the quality of his product, workmanship, and his relationship with his customers on his social media account and his marketing material. This is the level of deceit I am dealing with. This is the manipulative person I am dealing with. He took this engagement with no intention to complete the job. He is my ID.
哎，小声一点可以吗？
sorry。
我在这边讲话，你在那边做什么？
看 TikTok 啦。
什么 TikTok？ 看一下。
哎呀，可是我还要拍照给我的 ID 嘞。
一起啦。
可以一起咩？啊，try 啦。
Tick tock tock tock, tick tock, tick tick tock tock tock, tick tock tock tock, tick tock tock tock, tick tock, tick tock tock tock, tick tock, tick tick tock tock tock, 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 tick tock tock tock,